Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. We are opening up the Past Life Energy Oracle today. This newly arrived to my door, but I think it came out in July of 2024, but it is new to me, so we're going to have a look and see what's inside. So this is Past Life Energy Oracle by Sandra Anne Taylor, 44 card deck and guidebook, illustrations by Sherry Polk. So we are going to open it up. We're going to look at the cards. We're going to see what kind of book is inside. And then we're going to do a nice little flip through of each and every card and get our first impressions and see what the kind of overall vibe, overall energy of this deck is. And then at the end, we'll just pull a random card and we'll read the description from the book so you get a really good idea of how the book is laid out and what kind of messages it conveys and, really kind of in what format that it comes out in. We're also going to have a look at the card stock. So a little bit of a very subjective assessment there. Everyone has a different idea about card stock. So anyways, so let's just grab our trusty scissors here and open this up. So this is from Hay House, which I think has very recently been purchased by Penguin Publishing, I think. Anyway, hopefully nothing goes sideways with that. Hopefully we still get the consistently good quality that we are used to. So this deck here, we've got a very nice solid two-piece box. On the inside, I bless the past and let it go. I am free. And of course, this is a past life oracle. So this should be some very interesting things there. I'll just put that right there. The back of the box, let's just read that for a second here. And hopefully, I don't know if that's going to really focus all that well, but I'll read it out anyway. Discover the karmic energy of your past lives. Unknown karmic patterns from the past could still be influencing and even blocking your deepest desires. With the Past Life Energy Oracle, you can reveal and shift those unwanted energies, bringing greater joy to your present and abundant blessings to your future. This deck is designed to ignite your intuition so you can open to the loving guidance of angel and spirit messages. When you learn about the past and break free from karmic vibrations, you can take an accurate look into your future and its unlimited potential. So cost on this deck is $19.99 US or $25.99 Canadian. So here is the book. Very nice. Pretty decent size book there. Let's see how many pages this is. We've got 127 pages in total. We look at the very front of it. When did this come out? Let's have a look. Copyright 2024. So yeah, I think it came in July of 2024. Sandra Anne Taylor, by the way, the author of this oracle, she does have a number of other decks. And I think I've got a few of them. We've got the Akashic Tarot, which is actually one of my favorite. I don't use it all the time, but that one is always very interesting to use. Energy and Spirit Oracle, I don't have that one. Energy Oracle cards, I do have that. Priestess of Light Oracle, I don't have that, but I do have the Quantum Oracle. The Energy Oracle and the Quantum Oracle I use all the time, so they're absolutely fantastic. So we've got some bonus guided meditations in the front, so it's probably a link to something there. Introduction, reincarnation and karma, about the cards. We've got card spreads, meaning of the cards, and then they are all listed here. So it looks like they're all numbered, which is always makes it easy to find. Bonus guided meditations, so we've got a link to that. There's our introduction. We're just going to flip through this. Karmic causes, karmic repetition. So we've got all kinds of interesting things. So, of course, if you are newer to, the spiritual practice and, the less talked about realms, you do hear the word karma thrown around quite a lot, right? But what does it really mean? So this can help you to get a deeper understanding of that. We've got affirmations for karmic healing here. What else do we have about the cards? And let's see, somewhere here, reading the cards, preparing for a reading, Let's have a look. Invocations, so we can activate our card deck. It's always good to connect with your card deck. Do card deck interviews if you've never done those before. Those can really give you some insight as to how this deck is connecting with you, and it's a good idea to repeat that. A little bit, especially as you get to know your deck and your deck gets to know you. It can sometimes teach you certain things. I've got certain decks that I would only use for personal spiritual practice and never for a reading for anyone else. I've got some decks that always seem to very much connect with money or with love, or and some are just a good all-rounder. So they do carry some different energies with them. So it looks like we've got okay, interesting. So with the spreads, I was just looking here. And this is the card spread section. And normally there is a diagram, and I was just looking and it didn't actually have one. So we've got a one card pull. That's a no-brainer. The energy circle or wheel of time. And then it goes into another one called the road. So there's no diagram here for that, which is really weird, actually. It just kind of gives a description of how to lay your cards. So yeah, usually there's something there. So I don't know if there was something within the framework of the book that, maybe they were limited by the number of pages, which doesn't even seem right either. Anyway, each card does have, we've got card number 1. We've got the name on the card, the basic keywords, and then it's got a description, karmic shift, and then we've got an affirmation on there. So let's get right into the cards. Back box, nothing on the inside, just plain. Stick over there. All right, we'll take this off of there. Let's have a look at the card. Beautiful back of the deck, by the way. That's kind of cool. I don't think there's reversals in here necessarily. I didn't see any kind of description for a reversal in the book. But a lot of decks, and I would have to see how this one plays out, but a lot of decks you can actually create your own reversals, right? Because reversals can really indicate something to really pay attention to, something that really needs further examination. Reversals can also really highlight a disruption of energy, right, or big block. So, so I do like working with reversals. A lot of people are scared of them, and I'll tell you, if you are newer to divination practices, do not be scared of reversed cards, okay? Very simple, plain and simple, especially in the tarot decks, right? A lot of people get very, very nervous, very afraid of seeing reversal cards, and there are people out there that will never read with them. But I'm telling you, if you use reversals, 78 standard cards in a tarot deck, all of a sudden it's doubled, right? So you get a lot more depth to your readings and to your messages that are coming through. So again, there's reversals can really highlight some things. It can also help turn a negative card or challenging card into a relief, right? So anyway, let's get back to this one. So there is the back of the deck there. And the reason I started talking about reversals is because in this one, if you were to somehow figure out that you could use reversals with this, and I don't know if you could or not at this point, but you can tell when you're shuffling because of how the coloring is done on the back, which ones are reversals and which ones aren't, right? So a lot of people that do work with reversals like a mirrored image, so that when they are working with the deck, they're looking at the back of them, they have no idea which ones are reversed or upright, and so it can make it easier to pull. But again, I haven't worked with this deck yet, so I don't know if this is one where you could create your own reversals or not. I'm just saying that that's that. But anyways, but beautiful image on the back there. Cardstock. Okay, so this is a relatively matte finish. I'm shining it in my light so you can kind of see. Basic standard, pretty standard for the cardstock that's coming out of Hay House these days. And I do, it's not 100% my favorite. All right, it is usable. It is fairly durable. So those things are good. It's just that my only issue is that this cardstock in particular, it is cardboardy. It's got like a matte finish on it, but I wouldn't say it's laminate. And what I find happens with these is they tend to curl just a little bit, just like that a little bit. and even when I have them flat. So that's my only issue with those. Otherwise, card quality, the stock quality is pretty good. It's bendy enough that you can use it, but it's not so bendy that it's just like flimsy and floppy everywhere. So let's have a look at some of these cards. And I'm going to zoom in for this so that you guys can see this just a little bit better. And whoop, there we go. Now that's awkward for me. Hold on one second. Okay, that's better. Otherwise, I was going to be stretched all the way across my my table. I'd probably hit my camera. Anyways, first card, number 1, Idyllic Memories, Peace and Tranquility. Beautiful card. Beautiful light coming off of there. Beautiful colors. Wealth, Abundance, and Entitlement. Got our friend, Archangel Metatron, coming in here. Ancient Wisdom and Understanding. Ooh, we've got a dark card here. Oh, some light and some dark ones. Ooh, interesting. So I wonder how this is going to go. Card number 4, Abandonment, Feelings of Unworthiness and Rejection. And we've got a very injured inner child on there. We've got a dropped teddy bear, right? This picture on this one speaks volumes, doesn't it? If you have had a childhood where you had these feelings, or, you know, even if you don't even need the keywords on this one, if you just look at the little girl, right? Whether you're a little girl or a little boy, right? Have you felt like this, you know, through your childhood, your teenage years at all? I know I certainly had those instances, right? And so this just kind of like leaps off the page. So, and this can carry through us in our lives, right? So sometimes we're meant to experience those things so that we can clear out that pattern. Not any less painful though, even if we know that. We have Archangel Gabriel, card number 5, Communication of All Kinds. He looks very friendly and smiley, doesn't he? There we go. Very nice to work with. We've got phobias. Oh, we've all got some of those. Anxiety and overcoming fears. Sometimes our phobias are, you know, very much linked to either past lives or to our childhood as well. It can be. Phobias here. I have the weirdest phobia of fire. I'm not very afraid of fire. I'm not afraid of candles. You know, I've done some welding for fun and stuff like that. You know, a campfire is all good and, you know, all that, but it's somewhere internal. And I know what it is now in my later years. Of course, I've done the past life work for myself, but it's more of a fear of like dying in a fire, like house fire, right? That kind of thing. So I won't live anywhere without sprinkler systems and stuff. I pay a little bit more for that, but peace of mind for myself, you know, that kind of thing. I'm always very, very careful. I double and triple check that the stove is off and things like that. So, and that is from past life. But that's been with me all my life, right? And so kind of weird. There's also one for drowning as well. So anyways, so we've got anxiety and overcoming fears. Always a good one to work through. Addictions, reactive behaviors, and reclaiming your power, right? This working out those inner demons. Addictions is usually where we're filling a void, right? Somewhere in our lives, right? Or we're avoiding something, right? But always a good one to work through there too. Card number 8 is our warrior, courage and taking on challenges. Beautiful energy there. Archangel Michael is here. Strength, courage, and letting go. Archangel Michael is a great one to work with, especially in times of fear or struggle, right? Help bring you your personal power. Another dark one here, we've got self-doubt. Number 10, feelings of inadequacy. Caretaker, putting others first. For some of us, that is our sole purpose, right? But this can also be a crutch, right? It can also be a handcuff, right? Putting each other for people-pleasing kind of energy, right? Always putting someone else first and never taking care of yourself, right? There has to be a healthy balance there. So interesting. Shaman, healing energy. Overworked, out of balance. Explorer, look at our happy guy out on the open seas. Traveler and wanderer. Archangel Haniel is here with joy, gratitude, and intuition. Loss. So I think this deck is probably maybe not necessarily one where you could do some reversals, because it does have the more difficult, challenging energies, which are highlighted, I think, here by the darker cards, right? Anyways, loss, reversal of fortune. And sometimes what happens if we've had, past life experience where we have lost everything, right? Then in this one, we are perhaps taking it to the other extreme, like holding on to everything without wanting to release everything for fear of loss, right? Sometimes those fears come into play. Anyways, we've got finding love, spouse, lover. Something missing, intimacy or fertility issues. Again, something that can be perhaps listed to linked to past life. Archangel Raphael, love, healing, and miracles. Great, great, great archangel to work with. Longing for love, loneliness. Relationship repeat, shift, release, or enjoy. Oh, yes, yes. There's many, many people that are in karmic relationship patterns, right? So sometimes it's very difficult and very challenging and very painful sometimes to put an end to that cycle, but it can be done. Yeah, shift, release, or enjoy. We've got parent/child and with family. Archangel Raguel, however you want to say that. Justice, discipline, and harmony. Education, learning or teaching. Expressive talents, creativity, and the arts. Servitude, loss of power or control. Archangel Uriel, passion, spirit connections. Isolation, lack of connections. Sometimes isolation is a good thing, right? But sometimes it's like self-imposed. Sometimes we need that. But sometimes it's like a lifelong thing. Leadership, person of authority. Physical issues, illness, accident, injury. Quite the broken carriage there. Resourcefulness, intellect, mental action, and right thinking. Imprisonment, there's always a fun one. Persecution and judgment. Archangel Raziel, inspiration, mysteries, and the Akashic records. Personal power, strength, and determination. Hello, sir. Devotion, spiritual practices, intuitive history. Deceit, betrayal, manipulation. Sometimes if we have trust issues, even if we've never been necessarily betrayed in this lifetime, it can be something that does go way, way back. Career history, job and work patterns. Community, personal or professional connections. Archangel Phanuel, optimism and hope. Beautiful card. Passions and interests, hobbies, sports, and favorite pastimes. Archangel Zadkiel, compassion, freedom, forgiveness. Beautiful. Success. Interesting that that's a dark card, hey? right? We've seen the shadow, the dark, we've seen the light, right? Very interesting. Personal or professional achievement, success. However, sometimes we get obsessed with success, right? Or maybe sometimes we avoid success. Service, bringing value. And finally, we've got energetic realm, energetic realm, there we go. Life between lives. So, I know how this is going to fan, and I'm going to show it to you guys anyway. Kind of sticks together just a little bit, and it's really just because the cardstock, sometimes they get a little bit easier as it goes along. You can see I've got like little chunks that have come in there, so sometimes it does get a little bit easier the more you work with this particular card deck, but it's just this cardstock. So, if you do, if you do like to choose cards by fanning, you're just going to have to kind of tap them a little bit and just kind of, guide them into place a little bit there. So I don't want to shuffle them on camera, but I'm sure you can, just because I'm going to do a quick flip through after I finish this one. So I kind of want to keep them in order. So I'm not going to shuffle them. However, as far as card size, right, you can see my hand. Zoom my hand out a little bit there. You don't need to see all of the little nooks and crannies. There it is there. This is a standard tarot card. Just put that right beside it so you can see it is, kind of standard for an oracle deck. But if you have small hands, you can try fanning them. Of course, it's always back in order. You can always shuffle them this way, right? Go like that. You can always do that. Which one's there? Shuffling this way in a riffle shuffle is going to be a little bit of a stretch. I've got long fingers, so it's not so bad for me, but a lot of people have a lot of trouble with that. So, or you can just very simply go overhand like that, or just like that. Anyway, let's quickly choose a card. I'm just going to crappy fan there. I'm just going to choose one. Why don't we just choose this one because it's easy for me to put it back. And what did we get out? Physical issues, illness, accident, and injury. So let's just pull the book and let's just get the message out and see what kind of information is being brought forth. Physical illness, physical issues, illness, accident, injury. Many physical problems can be traced back to past life illness and trauma. In fact, there's a cellular memory that can stay with us from lifetime to lifetime. This may sound strange since we don't have the same body or the same cells that were damaged in past lives, but that subtle energetic memory can become awakened in our present etheric and physical body. This is especially true of specific illness or injury. For example, if you were hanged in the past, you could have neck and shoulder pain or throat or thyroid problems now. If you suffered broken or even crushed bones in some kind of past life incident, it could bring the source of the conditions like arthritis or fibromyalgia. Drowning or suffocation in past life could lead to all sorts of breathing problems in this one. Even scars and surgeries can indicate a past life injury in the same place. Any illness can be a repetition, and if it's not as severe as the past condition, it's an example of ameliorated or lessened karma. No matter what physical issue you may be dealing with, never forget to look into the emotional or metaphorical meaning. It's highly likely that these specific messages carried over as well as the illness. There's always a personal purpose in every experience, positive or negative. So meditate on the source as well as the meaning. It's likely you'll receive a message about your own self-care or self-priority when physical issues are involved. Karmic shift. Rescripting past life traumas can often heal the physical problems you may be facing, so investigate the source of the present condition in your meditation and your dreams. You can also find important guidance about physical patterns in Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. In addition to her specific affirmations, meditate on the area of your body that's involved in and invite Archangel Raphael's healing presence. You have the power to heal no matter what the source may be. And the affirmation here, I release all toxic memories and structures from the past. My body and mind are free Divine consciousness fills and heals my every cell, every tissue, every organ of my body. Very interesting. And I'm just curious because I noticed something. Nope, maybe not. I noticed something a little earlier when we were going through, and it looked like after quite a few of the dark cards that there was an archangel right after that. So probably to bring healing or enlightenment anyways. But that is how the messages come across there. So anyway, so I'm going to leave that there. I thank you for watching. Do you have this deck? Has it worked? Obviously it's worked for you, mostly. But how is it working for you? What kind of messages are you getting? Do you find it to be accurate? Are you connecting with it? Or you feel a disconnect, right? Let me know in the comments below. Always interesting to hear someone else's impressions, someone else's take, and someone else's experience on the decks. We can all learn from each other. So I thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the quick flip through if you are pressed for time. I do hold each one up to the camera so you can get a good view of them. Anyways, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.